My name is Kamaldeep and Mr. Kiran Kumar is on the camera. Today's date is 7 December 2019. I am interviewing Manmohan Singhji for the first time. This interview is taking place at Hyderabad, Telangana, India and is being conducted on behalf of the 1947 Partition Archive. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for giving us your time.
It's my pleasure.
What's your name and did you have any nickname?
My name is Manmohan Singh. My family, as my friends in my childhood, used to call me Mohini.
Where were you born and in which year?
I was born at a place known as Cheliawala in West Punjab, now a part of Pakistan. My date of birth, I will tell you as per date of birth as per certificate is 1st August 1930. But as you know, in olden age, people used to have lot of children, 7, 8 children, 9 children. They never kept real date of the birth of their children. When I used to ask my mother what is my date of birth or my father what's date of birth, they said your cousin brother who was in Air Force, he was going to London, he had come there and the day he came you were born. So whenever they were tired of their younger children who were born, say they used to send the elders to the school and the school teacher used to ask, what is date of birth? Because the date at that time the admission was 5 years, so they said reduce 5 years from that to date and put his date of birth. So that's why I have always said my certificate date of birth is 1st August 1930.
That's interesting. That means you had a lot of sisters and brothers. How many of you were in the family?
See, perhaps my mother gave birth to 8 children, 9 children, but I saw 7 children when I was there, 5 brothers and 2 sisters.
Okay.
I am the youngest of the family. My eldest brother, when I was even very, very small, he had left Hyderabad and he was working somewhere else.
Okay. What are the names of your parents, your father and mother?
My father, incidentally, you will be surprised to know, my father was known as Singhji and mother was Ravinder Kaur. This combination, I don't know how it came, but it came. When we used to ask our parents, बोले वो गरीबी की बात करती तो हम उसका नाम गरीब रख दिए, जब मैं ज़रा थोड़ा तो मुझे अमीर का नाम रख दिए. So this combination of गरीब was always strange for everybody.
So they're actually known as Amir Singh and Garib Kaur. And do you remember anything of their families? Were they in Pakistan?
Yes, I remember my grandmother, my father's mother. I remember my mother's mother. I remember my mother's brother. I remember my 2, 3 mamas. And one of our mama and masi was based at Sargodha, where we were also based. So I remember very well, being a youngest. I can only remember those, but soon after, when I was 7 or 8 years, all of them practically, my grandmother died. So I remember my mama, most of them even shifted to this part of India after the partition of the country. So I remember them fully well. They are all most of them are business people and very prosperous people in West Punjab, a part of. You know Punjab, that side of Punjab was greenery of India, where most of the grains was coming from that side. So most of their business was only on the grain side.
Oh, agriculturally rich place.
Rich agriculture. That part was rich in agriculture.
And was your father doing agriculture or something else?
My father was in service. When I saw him, he was a station master. And he was station master posted at a place known as Hangu, which was very, very near to a tunnel which was going to Afghanistan from India, very near Kota. So when I think I was only 4 or 5 years, he retired. I was 31 born. He must have retired in 35, 36. And after that, myself, my father, one of my brother, we were all staying in Sargodha, 4 of us in a family.
Okay. Any interesting childhood stories told by your parents to you about their life or their stay there?
They, both of them used to be very, very religious. My father, my mother, they used to get up at 2:33, start doing part, etc. And daily routine. Then, as you know, in olden days, there was no such appliances as mixies, etc., etc. My mother used to have this, the funniest and the best part of, in that part of us, that every house used to have a buffalo. And every house used to have 7-8 kilos of litter, that time known as seer, 8 seer of doodh. And every house had lot of butter, curd and makhan and whatnot. So mother used to have that with that wooden part they used to, and do out the butter and used to distribute to everybody. So mother was busy in that part. Father was going to Gurdwara. Very often, without any knowledge, he will bring a lot of people to come and have breakfast. And the main breakfast was tandoori roti and butter and curd, and that I remember. Nowadays, if you have to go to somebody's house, you have to ring them up and find out their apartment, whether it's convenient. At that time, anybody could come anytime and you will not go without food at your house. My father should bring a lot of people to Gurdwara, even 20 people, and immediately the food was served. This was the wonderful part. And this is my still remember how people used to love with each other.
Oh, very hospitable.
Very, very hospitable.
And what was the language you used to speak at home
Punjabi.
with everyone? And
That was the prevalent. Even all religions used to Punjabi. Whether Christian, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Punjabi was the dominant language.
So with your friends also you spoke
All
in Punjabi.
Punjabi.
So that was your primary language.
Absolutely.
And do you remember your friends?
Some of them do remember. We studied up to 8th, 9th class. They, Sargodha was designed such a way they used to call blocks. There were 18, 19 blocks. And we were staying in 10 blocks, and they used to both sides of street, there used a lot of houses. I remember some of the name of my friends who used to go to school together. Kulwant Singh, Pulwant Singh, Bakshish Singh. So I remember their name. But after partition, 47, we do not know where they have settled, but pre-partition, I know they were with me.
Okay, they were from all religious backgrounds.
All the best know.
Okay. And what were the fun activities you used to do with your friends when you all used to meet together?
See, after school hour, our main player was to play gulli danda, banta, khrot and whatnot. And that used to be gulli danda. We used to spend a lot of time on this. And perhaps I was one of the good players of bantas, gulli danda, and we used to play a khrot. And that was our main habit till it was dark and everybody used to go to the homes.
Yeah, those are real indigenous games.
They are indigenous games. There is nothing, see, at that time the parents used to insist on your studies more than any sports. If sports was sports, people had to spend money. There was no encouragement for sport. And so parents only wanted that your children should be well educated so that he comes and gets good job and that's all. Nowadays people encourage their children in games, shuttle and stuff, because it is, besides that you get a name, it is rewarding also. That time it was not rewarding. It was only that to pass time you have to play the games.
So that means the focus was on studies.
Studies only.
And how far was your primary school?
Primary school hardly must be about 7-8 minutes from my house. It was government primary school. See, there were no private schools at this time. There was only government primary school or government. And our primary education was only in primary school, government schools. And everybody had to go there. But after that, in high school, we used to have in Sargodha and most in all the places in Pakistan, they used to have three types of school known as Khalsa school, Sanatan Dharma school, government school. The irony of fate was that in the Khalsa High School, 95 to 96% Sardarji will study there. 4% will be remaining minority community Hindus and Mohammedan. In Sanatan Dharma school, same thing, 96-97% Hindu, maybe 4% other caste. Government school was nominated by only Mohammedans only. See, it is here from the seeds of Pakistan were also born. The division was there even at the school lineages also, where they want to isolate Mohammedans, Hindus and Sardarjis.
Okay. And would you walk to school?
I used to walk. There was hardly anything else except mode of transport. For going to station, it was tanga, and those who, for others, it was cycle. There are two mode of transportation, cycle or tanga. Tanga was used to when you have to keep the luggage outside tanga and go to station for boarding a train. There are hardly 3-4 trains used to pass, two were going, two were coming, and tanga is available. And those who used to come very far off from there, they used to use this cycle. And since our house was walkable school from house, my school was walkable from my house, so I used to walk.
Okay. And was education free in the government school or you paid fees?
No, it was absolutely free. Maybe nominal at the time of admission, you give out 1 nana or 2 nana. The remaining it was all free.
Okay. And what was the medium of instruction in the primary school?
Only Urdu.
Urdu. So you can read and write Urdu?
I can read and write Urdu.
And do you remember it till this day? To reading and writing?
I can read, write and write even till today.
So if Urdu was in the school and Punjabi in your home, when did you start reading English and learning
it was in
English?
5th class when we went to high schools. From 5th class up to 4th, the only two subjects were taught. One was mathematics and one was Urdu. And we were not given notebooks ourselves. There used to be slates or takhtis, where we used to practice for our Urdu writing takhti with multani matti put on that and you write with this kalam. Used to be kalam with black ink. So this was our, and for other maths, etc., it was slate which was for doing the maths, or write, tables and all those things. So up to 4th it continues. In 5th we were taught English, history, geography, and Urdu,
Science.
Punjab, science, slightly science, not much, but yes, that started. So this was also Urdu. So only after, in 9th, the medium instruction changed to English, where we were science like biology, etc., were this and taught, and all other subjects. And 10th was the board examination, SSC board examination, which are related to Punjab University, located at Taidmet, Lahore.
Okay. Would you get homework in the primary school? You brought homework?
All teachers used to give, science teacher used to write like this, you do this work, math teacher will say from this place to this, solve the problems every day. You had to minimum study after the school hours, 2 to 3 hours, to complete the homework given by your school teachers.
Okay, and would your parents help you with homework or you studied on your own?
My parents were not so highly educated, but still my father was 8th class, my mother was absolutely uneducated. But whenever we needed, my father used to help up to solving the questions and all that, but not science. But he was so much worried about his children's education. Every month he will go to school, meet all the teachers, ask them how my son is doing, what he is not doing, what is that. So he sort of fear in our mind that he will go find out, and we used to study fairly well. I will not say I was extremely intelligent or very well, but okay, I was one of the fairly good students.
Okay. And would they give ranks at that time? Class first in the class, second, third?
Yeah,
Or
they used to give.
they used to give.
They give. Who's first, who's second, who's third, all that depend on the marks you obtained, they used to say that. And prizes was given according to by school only. And sometimes, the schools used to be held by the Khalsa schools, held by the Gurdwaras. Say they also used to settle up prizes for the people who are you do that, and especially for in from fifth class were also taught Punjabi and also Guru Granth Sahib to how to do the Japji Sahib, how to do that. And when we used to go to school, the first thing the teachers were, when there was a prayer together and people used to stand, first thing was asked, "Aap Gurdwara jaake aaye ke nahi aaye?" So those people, boys who had not gone to Gurdwara were coming. There was a Guru Granth Sahib room where they were sent first go and then come and stand in the row.
This must be in your secondary middle school.
Middle school.
Yeah. And in the primary school, you said you used slates.
No, in primary school then it was nothing. Everybody was same and
Okay. There was no religious prayer over there.
no, nothing.
But when you moved to Khalsa school,
This
you all
one-
were encouraged to read the Guru Granth Sahib every morning. That's nice. I have a curiosity to know, when did you start using books, notebooks, pencil, pen?
Fifth class.
So that's how you could do homework at home.
That's why we could do the.
And any festivals you remember of your childhood, how you celebrated?
Well, we had a lot of festivals we used to celebrate, as was religious festival are concerned, Guru Nanak Dev Ji birthday, Guru Gobind Singh Martyr Day, Diwali, Dussehra. Dussehra was celebrated on a very large scale. Sita Raman's, those paper statues are made and the people used to go in the evening and a arrow was shot and people used to enjoy this. It was a common for Hindus and Sardarjis. This was and Diwali with lot of lights and candles. The candles were lit at that and Diva, Mattika, earthen parts. So all these were not, Christmas etc. were not celebrated as much as Diwali, Dussehra, Guru Granth Sahib, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Guru Purab and all those things.
And Eid maybe.
Eid obviously, Eid, Bakrid, these are also celebrated on a very good scale.
Okay, so there was in the community multiple religions and all were equally respected.
More or less, yes.
Okay. Do you remember your house in which you lived? Can you describe how it was built?
Oh yes, I very well remember my house. See, in my house there were ground floor and first floor. At that time there was not RCC roof. There was known as Madras terrace. The roof was supported on wooden structures which they call sleepers, etc. And bricks were done. In my ground floor we had 2 bedrooms, a drawing room, a room where buffaloes used to be kept at night, right, so that she doesn't get cold or something like that. Then a big courtyard where people, our maid servant used to come and clean all that utensils, and where mothers, you can say activity room sort of thing, and half of that was always covered, where there will be chulla, where mother will cook for you and you will all eat together there. And first floor similarly 2 bedrooms and all that, and top terrace also, which was only made to keep your material, especially the fuel. After cotton is removed, cotton sticks used to be used for the fuel for putting in the tandoor. So tandoori rotis were rather preferred than tawa roti. And one tandoor in a street, 2-3 tandoor will be burnt. And then all the 12, 13, 14 people staying there will come, and one will cook and take away, second come. So alternately they will burn their tandoors and do that. a sort of a common thing for everything.
A community tandoor,
Tandoor.
which was
In the-
shared.
It was in the house only, but they will
Shared.
tell today I will do that, to that they will lady will decide, and then they will say, I'll cook also there, I'll cook that also there.
Okay, and you had any plants, garden in the...
No, nothing like that, because there was no open spaces left in the houses. Houses was attached with the drain, there was the strangest and the most difficult part was sanitary conditions were very bad. There was no underground drainage. Even there was no flush system, and so people had to sit on that. A scavenger will come, clean it, wash it, and that dirty thing will go in the drain. And through drain they will go to main drain and then outside. So this could not be open, so nothing could be kept open.
And at home you spoke, as you said, only Punjabi.
Punjabi.
Okay. And any special food you like to eat when you were small?
See, I was, as I'm concerned, I was fond, right from first day I was fond of bhindi, lady finger, urad ki dal, and my mother was a good cook. She used to make, and in those days, this iron kadai was very usually used, very used to make bhindi, curry, etc. because it becomes little more tastier. Nowadays you have cooker stuff, there was no cooker, nothing of that sort, so they had to use this. And that cow dung was one of the fuel used for burning this fire. So it was, and secondly, it used to produce slow heat. With slow heat, the things gets more tastier. It takes time, but takes, even now, people who want to really enjoy food, they make the gas slow so that it takes time and things become more tastier.
Yeah. And can you recall if you had a postman coming home?
Yes, there was a post in block number 14, which we call block. There was a post office. Postman was coming, and everyone is waiting for a postman who will deliver. He will come and they will letter. There a postman was there. Police stations were there. The administration were in the hands of Britishers, and more or less it was.
Do you remember anything as a child under the British rule in Sargodha? Whether any foreigners were posted there in...
Or most of the commissioners or deputy commissioner or whatever were all foreigners, and our people had to work under them. And the law and order was in their hand only. Nothing, no Indians were posted except the menial post, lower post. Every orders had to be given by Britishers only.
Okay. And any newspapers, magazines were published and they came to your home, or you read them in the school?
No, yes, mostly they were Urdu papers. The Urdu was the read that and your Milab, Pratap, they have all migrated from that part of India. They used to come. English paper used to come, but we were not buying it because we were not made to see. We started English reading in 9th class, so there was no use of this. But paper in a community library will come, people will go and study there or read there. And very few people used to buy individual papers.
Okay, so you had a community hall.
Because the press was not strong, news was not only local news was known, which was other were also known. It was not there, the things were communicated immediately in 5 minutes. There even days you could not get the information. So paper was only given local news. Yeah. So that was not very much interesting in those papers.
You had a radio to hear news?
No radio we saw only after partition.
Only after partition. Then how did you hear about the partition news?
No, that was from the local papers. See, when Mr. Jinnah was wanting partition, we used to hear his speeches which used to come on papers, which after days, not same day, but after that he used to insist that he wants separate Pakistan, though in term government was made in 1942 and he was also made the Finance Minister, but he still wanted that he had ambition to become Prime Minister, and he was restricting that department. So every day, our fifth day news used to come, and it was writing on wall that Pakistan will be formed, and but nobody knew, and nobody thought the wholesale migration from that part will come to this part of India, this one. People say, okay, so many countries are there, all nations are staying together, we'll also stay with them. Nobody, at least my father, whenever we talked, he said, what you are talking? Some people used to tell him, you will get ready to move. He will never say, he said, no, no, no. Where will we go? If we go also, we'll lock our houses and come back. And that is why at the time of partition, my father didn't allow us to take anything, and we locked the house, and even gold was kept there. We will come, and after come, we will take back everything. So nothing was, everything we came without anything. Anticipating, well, we'll go back.
When did you move to, I mean, before 1947 you came towards India, or
No, we came to 1947 only in October.
after partition?
After 10th of October we moved from there, if I remember. But you know, as perhaps I told you, I have 4 elder brothers and 2 sisters. My second eldest brother was posted at time in a place known as Sheikhupura. He was a branch manager of Hindustan Commercial Bank, and before going to Sheikhupura, he was posted in Hindustan Commercial Bank, Sargodha, where he stayed some time with us, with parents and myself and my baby and children. But before partition, 6 months earlier than partition, he was transferred to Sheikhupura. So, unfortunately for me and my mother, Sheikhupura was the worst affected place in West Punjab. Sargodha remained most peaceful. There are known 2 places which are known for. One was for the worst things happened, one was where nothing happened. Sargodha was the place where practically nothing happened. Maybe 2-3 people have lost lives who were very brave. Even they used to at 4 o'clock morning go for a walk, and they were para skill, which I am not very sure. But in Sheikhupura, out at 18-19,000 Sardarjis are Hindus, 16,000 are killed. Now we are told, along with my brother, her sister-in-law used to stay. Her wife's, my brother's wife, Bhabi, was staying at Sheikhupura. So the story as goes, on 26th, I should say story or sad thing, 26th of August, my brother came to know that riots have started. They have started killing Hindus and Sardarjis. He was a very popular man, president of Gurdwara also. Gurdwara people came and asked him, riots have started, you leave the house and come. Similarly, his neighbor at that time was a Mohammedan, and they were good friends. He came also at the same time, told, don't go, I'll protect you. You come to my house, Gurdwara will be, first thing will be attacked. You don't go, will protect you. As the ill-luck would be, he went to his friend's house. Gurdwara people went. Nothing happened to Gurdwara, as it said. These are only things which are told later, nothing could be verified. But then that Mohammedan friend, after second day, started telling, I am told that I will be killed if I don't remove you from my house. So, irrespective of his best efforts that he allowed me to stay, he threw the whole family, my brother, my bhabi, my his son and daughter. That means, so all 4 of them were removed from the house. When they were going little ahead, they met one Balochistan army command. So they said, we want to kill them. So what they did, I believe they isolated the ladies one side, children one side, and gents. How many gents are there? Maybe 20, 30 gents. they started firing. They didn't want even, I believe, want to waste bullets. They put them in one line and started firing. So some of them were not killed. So later on they put petrol on them and burnt them. This is, I believe, my brother was also burnt. Then we do not know the fate of the children, what happened to children, what happened to Bobby and what not. Now one of the young lady who was staying with him, my brother's wife's Bobby was staying with them since she was young. So they want to abduct her. So this regiment was going, taking her somewhere. Fortunately for her, another Sikh regiment was coming other side. So when they saw that they are being taken, so Sikh regiment told them, leave them, otherwise we will also start fighting. So they were very lucky. So few ladies who were being with them, they were left. So Sikh regiment took charge of them and they sent them to India. So this is how, otherwise would not have come this whole episode. But since she came from, she was saved and came to Delhi, she told us about what has happened with my brother and the family. So this is the saddest part of my life and saddest part of the partition of the country.
So you never got to see your brother
No,
and his
never.
family?
Nothing, we don't know. Brother, we know that he was killed, but his children and wife would know what happened. Nobody can tell why they were converted, why they were killed. Nothing of that sort.
Okay, and that's how your father decided that we should move to India?
No, father, in any case, we had to move because Sargodha people, it had decided that migration has to take place. So they were not giving Sargodha slowly. They were first trying to clear other cities. Sargodha was peaceful because the leaders of Sargodha, both communities, Hindus and Hindus, was more calm and more level-headed. So they said, you don't worry, Sargodha will be placed, model place, where nobody will die. So let our city come slowly, as soon as the things will come, we will shoot them. So they made a committee. So one Dr. Lena Singh, I remember, he was from Hindu side, a member of that committee. So whenever they will say on such date, so many wagons will come and take the people. So they will first prefer who are the citizens, they will send them, then slowly they will give a permit and put them on to the end. So we were given, my father was old, my mother was old. So on 10th October, only on morning 7 o'clock, we were found that we have by 12 o'clock, the train will come and the platform and you have to board. Don't carry anything with you. You have no, otherwise you will be killed. Leave everything there, just empty-handed you come to station. And these are all goods train. Some of them are carrying metal, some wagons, you have to carry in those uncovered goods train. You sit there and keep quiet and remember guard whether you can reach that part of India. So we board there on 10th at about 12 o'clock, if I remember correctly. So the train started moving maybe 2 o'clock or so. The distance of about 200 meters, it took 3 days and 3 nights because at night they will not move the train. During the day they will not move to, depending upon the situation, how the situation next day. If they feel some riots are going on, they will stop the train on the way so that at least this train is saved. Sargodha, people were very, very lucky that they were looked after very well. So from that, took us 3 days or 3 nights or something like that. I don't remember. And these 3 days, neither we had food, neither we had water, neither we go to number 1, number 2. We had to sit there. Some people on metal trains, sometimes with this. And this is how we crossed there. On the way, we saw a lot of bodies burning on either side of the railway track. Riots must have taken place, people must have died, they were being burnt.
You brought absolutely nothing from?
Nothing, zero. except that two clothes which were wearing.
And you have never gone back after that?
No, never thought of going because it was, see, relations between India and Pakistan right from first day have been very, very bad. And there was no question of going bad, and we knew nothing could be done. What the use of going? Now we would not be able to settle, neither will be able to get anything. All this has been, immediately after we left, the people had occupied our houses. They must have taken anything from what we had left there. So no question of any going back. And we were also in a hurry to settle ourselves, because after all we had to, as far as I am concerned, I was about 16 or so, where I had to study and make my life. And make study, take job and make my life.
So from Sargodha, then you came to which part? When you
Sargodha,
sat in the train?
We landed near Tarsi, near Amritsar, Tarsi, which where the government of India had made labor camps, refugee camps, where refugee camps were made, and any train bringing refugees were stopped there. They were taken to refugee camps. To extent possible, they were trying to serve the food. They were also trying to cover it up and give some shelter, razai. It was month of October.
Yeah, cold.
Hyderabad, especially Amritsar on that side of north, is very cold. So they are doing. So I made my parents get down. I also got down. We walked along with the Sevadar, we walked to the refugee camp, stayed for a night, then went in search of food. Lot of rice. So it used to take an hour or so to get your food. In any case, got the food, got some quilt for my parents, slept at night. As I told you, I am the youngest of my brother. My eldest brother at that time was at place known as Kanpur. He was the chief accountant of Hindustan Commercial Bank. And there was one branch of Hindustan Commercial Bank at Amritsar. He had informed him that my parents will come from Pakistan. As soon as you come to know that they have come, you try to bring them to your house. Don't allow them to live in refugee camp as much as possible. So I had no money to ring up also to my brother. And it used to take few hours to get it line connection from one place to other place. There was no STDs, there was nothing. You have to go through these exchanges. So in any case, I could manage to get through my brother and informed him. He immediately rang up his branch manager. From one Mr. Berry, I remember his name. He next day came with Tanga. He took myself, my parents to his house. After a few days, my brother came from Kanpur. He decided that I should stay at Amritsar, continue his study. My parents wanted to stay for some time, so there was some relative Saharanpur. He sent them to Saharanpur to stay some time. So
what I want to know is, like, you came from Sargodha, Itarsi, stayed in the refugee camp. Was there any help from the government? Did any officials come and meet you? Did they provide you some clothes?
No, this all refugee camps are run by government. So everything what was being done, but it was being done by government only. Food was being served, though they might have got donation, I would not know. But food served, clothes were also being given, quilts were also being given. This must be government money, but I don't know.
Did they come and speak to you? Because besides food and shelter, it's an emotional upheaval.
No, it was impossible for anybody because thousands refugees was coming. So many, sheds were there. It was impossible. They were only trying to help that if you want to shift there, they were trying to help you to shift. They wanted as soon as people can vacate the refugee camps so others can come.
Mass exodus.
Mass exodus. So there was nothing that they could do. They did whatever best they could do. Some water tests were there. You have to go water from there. Some will go to request that if you can give hot water, which are not possible. Morning, people wanted tea, so then big pots, tea was there, you have to stand the queue and take the tea and all that.
Okay, so your brother's bank colleague helped and took your parents. And
But-
did you stay in Amritsar there, or you also went ahead with them?
No, I stayed in Amritsar. I should say it was a barter arrangement. I stayed with one of my friends, my brother's friend, one Mr. Soni, his name was. Mr. Soni and his son, Mr. Sutinder Soni. He had no job, he had done his BM.Com. So my friends told my brother that you give this boy a job in your bank and let him stay with you and let your brother stay with me. So it was a barter arrangement, so my brother took his son to Kanpur. At Kanpur, this boy's sister was also there. And his sister's husband was very popular there. He was very highly reputed doctor, Dr. Gujral. He was the principal of, not principal, I should say, he was a head of department of physiology in King's George Medical College, Lucknow. So after some time, 3-4 months, my brother migrated to Hyderabad. Another man was opening another person was opening a bank in Hyderabad known as Mercantile Bank of Hyderabad. He wanted services of my brother. So my brother in earlier 47, he shifted to Hyderabad before the partition of the country and took this man also there for him to give him a job. So I continued with his father to study, to continue my intermediate, and this man was staying at Hyderabad.
So you studied in Amritsar.
I studied in Amritsar.
How many months you lost? Because from October 10th, 1947, you left Sargodha. So how many months were you without going to school, college?
You can say roughly I must have less. At that immediately it was not possible because there was no money to pay for even the school or to buy the books. I had to do some business to get some money, and I used to carry some salt from Amritsar to Saharanpur, and from Saharanpur to Amritsar some ghee. So in this I made 5-6 trips like this and made some money and started to. I think I started studying from December 47 or so. Again in the college. College was Hindu college, Ma Khatika, Amritsar, where his second son of Mr. Soni was studying. So both of us used to go on a cycle, but that time police was very strict. They will not allow 2 people to go on a cycle. So sometime when the police used to come, I used to get down. If I was driving, he'll get down. This is how we pulled out.
Okay, and you got admissions there?
I got admission there without any problem, big refugee.
And you had to choose any subjects to study?
Same which I was continuing there.
Oh, same board. But you finished your 10th class in Sargodha.
Yes.
And then you started your intermediate in Amritsar. So how was life at college? How did friends receive you?
I continued my education at Amritsar, which continued up to April. As you know, I migrated somewhere in October, but went to college in December. As you explained my difficulty, I had to earn some money to give my fees or day-to-day expenses. So December I joined Hindu Sabha College. I used to go with my brother's friend's son who had owned a cycle. We used to both go to cycle. He was also studying intermediate. We were more or less classmates, only except different sections. Life in college was as good as anything because I had to prepare for my exam in next 3-4 months' time. Lot of money had wasted. Lot of time had wasted. So We used to go to college and come back and study. Hardly I made any friendship. For making friendship, you need also some money. That sometimes you give them tea, he gives you tea. I had no money to give anybody tea, and it was only to pay fees and which I had paying. Sometimes I had to beg money also from my friends. My brother's friend, who I give me money, some money, and I will return you when I have. In any case, I appeared for examination for intermediate in some April, got a compartment because I failed in English. Since I had to continue my education, and my brother and my parents decided they'll shift to Jalandhar, where my mama was staying, who had he had occupied a big refugee property. He said he will help us giving some portion where me and my parents will stay. So my parents shifted where somewhere in 48, maybe July or so. So I took admission DV College, Jalandhar. Continue my BSc first year, cleared my compartment examination, went and passed my BSc first year.
How was the medium of instruction different, the education system?
No, in Pakistan, both colleges, whether in Pakistan, Sargodha, or in Amritsar, they were affiliated to Punjab University. So everything was the same. English, medium and sectional English there and there. And books were same, subject were same, not much of difficulty. There's that issue at all. Main issue was money. There was no money where I could spend lavish and buy more books. My father sometimes had to borrow books, sometimes had to request somebody. My father used to go to some of his old colleagues and request for some. Even I had no chair and table to sit and study. So we'll go and somebody's and get it and study it. In any case, as I told earlier, I passed my intermediate. Then I came to know that Usmania Engineering College, where my other brothers were based, that if I want, I can get admission to engineering college. So I said, what is the use of continuing BSc? Let me go and join the engineering college. If 1 year wasted, it's wasted, there's no question. I went in 49 there. My brother with lot of difficulty got the admission.
That's in Hyderabad.
Just in Hyderabad. He was a very influential man. So they were not giving admission to me since I was not Mulki. But with his influence, he got some seats reserved for refugee students. And out of that refugee quota, I got one seat. But after joining college, I was asked to know that medium instruction Urdu, and every maths, physics was being taught in Urdu, which I could not understand.
In engineering
Engineering college also, which I could not understand. What is alpha, talpha, sine theta, cos theta, they used to go. So I said, I want to leave and live. Then the vice chancellor of that university, Ali Arjan, told my brother, they are changing the medium of instruction. It may take 7 or 8 months, but next year 50, it will positive English. Ask him if he fails, let him fail. Let him study, so that next year I have no problem to get admission. If he fails his medium instruction English, he can pass. So I continued going to classes without reading anything, could understand anything. I appeared in 50, failed, then failed, and 50 to 54 I did my civil engineering in English medium. And passed my civil engineering in 1954. And at that time also, with my brother, lot of relatives were staying. My sisters, both the sisters, their children, their husbands, my cousin brothers, myself, my parents, and what his. So though he was having good salary at that time, but even to keep 40, 50 people and feed them and then put them right jobs so that they can retirement, it was a job for him. He had to use lot of influence and money. In this sense, he used to call people on party to see that, just like to me to get my admission, he had to call vast transfer 3-4 times to his house, look after them. So then with the help of that, he got refugees to Dakota. Similarly, my eldest sister's husband, who was a Unani Hakim, to get him a job, there was no money that any could start business. So everybody funding his job. So my elder brother, my elder sister's husband, his name is also Manmohan Singh, he was a Unani doctor. So it took him 2 years to get a post created in the Unani hospital so that he could be absorbed. So he got absorbed in the Unani medical college where he became a teacher. In Hyderabad there is a Unani medical college also. So he was teaching there. Similarly, to my younger husband and their children, he had to do something. So they also had no money, so he thought I want to do business. So only way was thought to get him a fair price ration shop where not much investment there and there will be no question of loss. So one Mr. Goswami was the chief rationing man. So my brother had to put a lot of aggression and he got him a ration shop allotted, and slowly in course of 3-4 years, we also left their house, my sisters also left their house, and then so this is how we continued our education with lot of difficulty. Everybody was under difficulty, and so was my elder brother. My elder to me, one Pritam Singh, who was also studying at Kanpur when he was staying there. He passed his BSc in 48, so he had to get him. So he absorbed him for some time in his bank. Later on, he got him a job in British India Insurance Company. So this is how the family was slowly being settled with him.
So your eldest brother had a very positive influence and he integrated your
The whole family.
What was your elder brother's name?
His name was Mr. Balwant Singh.
And he took care of the end. And were your sisters married before partition?
Both the sisters were married before partition. They migrated only after the partition. So both were, one was staying also in Sargodha. No, actually she was staying at a place known Tandliwala, where my brother-in-law was a big businessman in food grains, agriculture mandis. And my elder sister's husband was a great Hakim. He had a very roaring practice in place known as Bhalwal. Both were very far off, but as all of them came penniless. So they had to settle. So one became a Union doctor, one became a ration shop holder.
Okay. So that means your two sisters also came to India, migrated after 1947?
After 47.
And they had to start their life all again.
All afresh.
So the pivot and fulcrum was your eldest brother, Balwant Singhji,
who tried to settle them off.
Settle them off, yeah. And your education had those issues of Urdu medium.
Then later on came to English medium.
And you successfully cleared in 1954.
I successfully cleared in 54. From 54, I lost 1 year intermediate. Before intermediate, 1 year in engineering college because of this medium of
instruction. And how are the studies and how many subjects in engineering? Was it very tough?
No, see, to get admission was tough, which my brother helped me, because in whole of Hyderabad state, it was known as that Hyderabad state. Only there was one engineering college known as Osmania Engineering College, and there used to be only three subjects: civil, mechanical, electrical, and each 100 seats were allotted to each group. 100 civil, 100 mechanical, and there was no engineering college. And the fees, fortunately, was low, 33 rupees per session. That means our fee during that time was 100 rupees a year. For whole of the year, we had to pay 100 rupees or so. And that to pay 100 rupees also was difficult, but it could be arranged and paid. And this is how I continued. My brother as was very magnificent, and he made today also, if what we are due to his efforts, his magnanimity and his goodness. And I will be feeling my duty if I do not mention my bhabhi, my brother's wife, who was extremely charming, who having 60 to 70 people at her place, was serving everybody very, very, with lot of heart and very, very magnificently, everybody.
Very warm, affectionate.
Very warm, very affectionate, without anything saying. Everybody was looking till they were all settled and sent to their own places on their to house stays separately.
Did you do any little jobs during your engineering
Yeah,
to
during
support
the-
your education?
During my job, I was doing job whenever I used to get these holidays, summer holidays. I used to work for a bank as a storekeeper. You know, the storekeeper, no appointment required. The manager of a bank could appoint you for storekeeper, because storekeeper salary was paid by the people who used to take overdraft from the bank. So because they used to get overdraft, and the storekeeper had to go and give them material whenever they wanted after that. So there was no problem. So every three years, I practically every summer vacation, I was working as a storekeeper and earning about maybe 1,000 rupees in 3 months. And that was enough for me to continue my education. This is how I paid my fees.
And when you stayed in such a big joint family where everybody is looking for roots again, what was the mood in the house? How did you all interact with each other?
Everybody used to tell their own stories, how they have migrated, how they have come. And they were all full of everybody, each other, the efforts being put, my brother, in settling them. And whatever best he could do, who done, the mood was all right. Everybody was in the mood of settling as early as possible.
Everyone wanted to be independent as soon as possible.
Yes.
Now, after your studies, after becoming an engineer and getting a degree, when did you start working full
See, I
time?
cleared somewhere in June. The results came in June. So in that time there was short of engineers. As soon as we used to clear our engineering examination, the government of I don't know, it was known Andhra Pradesh time or Hyderabad state, I am not very sure, used to offer you that you come and join us as overseer, sub-overseer, and earn money till you get the result. Or the result you will be confirmed. So I have joined this water supply department that time as supervisor for designing water supply scheme. So 3 months I got fairly good money, and then when I was declared a successful engineer, so then we started looking other job. One of my
What did you do with your first salary?
I distribute to my parents and my brother, whom I owe a lot. Whole money I gave to some my bhabhi, to brother, to my mother, to sisters. Whole money I spent on them. I didn't keep one paisa, because this is first. Not only first month, 2 months salary I gave to them. And then after this, results were declared. So we were looking for a job. One of my mama was staying at Ranchi. He wrote a letter that if I want a job, he can get me a job in military engineering service, because headquarters of Eastern Command was based at Ranchi. and he had lot of influence on the chief engineer of that side. So if you come, if you give the interview, I'll see that you got a job. So I went to Ranchi, he arranged the interview. So I got a job in MES as a SDO. So in October 54, 15 October, I joined MES. I served for there for 5 years in the team. Meantime, my parents started pressurizing me I should marry. So in the year 1957, I got married.
Did you see the girl before your marriage, or it
This
was
now-
fixed
this
by
now-
your parents?
This is also a wonderful incident. My elder brother, Mr. Balwant Singh, he went one day to Bombay to some party, somebody's friend's house. There when he was there, he saw one girl dancing, singing, very impressed with her. So he said, whose daughter is she? So they said, her father is not there. So her brothers are here. So he told the eldest brother, there were 2 brothers, eldest name was Ravinder Singh, told that I want to take this girl for my brother. Oh, no, we don't want. He said, don't worry, I don't want anything. I want only the girl. You say yes, move further. So no, he said, I want to ask my parents. Ask my parents. So negotiation, I was at Lucknow, posted at Lucknow. So negotiation went, everything, I was engaged with that.
Did you see her before your engagement?
I don't remember to have seen. I did go to Bombay. For a formality's sake, I went there. We must have seen her. Neither she could see me, neither I saw. She tells me now that my cousin brother in the company, she was seeing my cousin brother as her husband. And so similarly, I also was not there. Things are different than what were in 57 and what today. So perhaps, and she has grudge so far, later so much grudge against me that I never rang her up during that engagement period of 6 months. And her friend used to tease her, oh, you have been deceived. Oh, so he's not ringing up, he's not writing a letter to you. So you better to leave her now. So this is what stories I hear.
How many months between your engagement and marriage?
I was engaged in February and I got married in September.
Okay, and where did the marriage take place?
Marriage took place at Bombay.
Bombay. Okay, did you have something in mind, which type of girl you want to marry? Or
See, everybody ambition that his wife should be educated and beautiful. And I knew my brother had lot of high standard. He will not do anything which will not be according to my choice. And especially those days, all these marriages were left to parents. Independence was no there. Not only there, they used to see the family function come and all that. So it was done by my brother, so there was no question. And as I told you, my hubby was very gracious at it. So when this said yes, she was also at Bombay with my brother. So it was Sunday when it started yes. So immediately took necklace from her own neck and put to so-called would be my wife. So this is how things were different.
Okay.
Now blood relations are different than those times. So we remember those periods. It's difficult to come back.
so you were married in Hyderabad, and after marriage you were still continued and went back to work in Jabalpur.
I went to back to Lucknow to then shifted to Jabalpur for some time. Fortunately also, we were married in 57. I had 3 children in successive years, 58, 59, 60.
So
She
after
was
your
saying,
education,
but 60, pardon me?
after your education, then your first job was for some
MES.
time in Hyderabad, then in
First time Hyderabad, that was without getting degree. After getting degree, it was Lucknow, then Jabalpur. Then, in the meantime, my second brother's wife died, leaving children, 3 children. So my parents were also old. So it became our responsibility to look after my brother's children and my parents. So my wife migrated to Hyderabad, stayed in my brother's house, Pritam Singh, to look after her, his children and my parents. So since I was in Jabalpur, I also thought, and my brothers were also anxious that I shift to Andhra Pradesh because Hyderabad is much better than other place. So he tried and got me job in Singhji Colliery as the assistant engineer. So somewhere 59, I joined Singhji Colliery as assistant engineer. I got 64, I became executive engineer, 72 as a superintendent engineer, 74 as a chief engineer, continued.
And that is, you stayed in, you worked in Singhji collieries.
Various places, Singhji Collieries, Kotagudam, Ramgundam, Alandu, Khammam, all those things are part of Singhji Colliery, Bellampalli, Ramkrishnapur. Since I was there looking after the area, so I had to move at every place.
So when you changed the job from one company to another, were there written exams or only interviews?
Then mostly it was interviews. There was no written examination. Art lives are interviews only. So I came on deputation because my wife was staying alone and she was staying alone. I wanted, children were growing up and up, so I thought I should also play some part to look after children and see their age. I am with them, so I came on deputation to ICRISAT for some time. So I got a 2 years deputation from Singhji to ICRISAT. Came there, stayed in Hyderabad, took a house from Sanjeev Nagar, where my both the daughters and son were studying. My son was studying in Hyderabad Public School, my daughter was studying in St. Anne's School, Sikandrabad. During these 2 years, I got a fairly big reward because I expedited the work of ICRISAT. So there I met one man, Mr. S.K. Mukherjee, who saw me there. He said, I am going as a director, HR, in West Bengal State Action Board. Would you like to go there? I said, I would like to, if I can. He said, I'll try my best and get you possible. When there was, I said, okay, he left. And to go to Bengal, you have to think 100 times, law and order, communist state, where every day there was a strike and all that. And especially because of shortage of electricity, lot of difficulty used to be. In any case, one day evening I get a telegram from Mr. Mukherjee, your interview fixed with Chief Minister, come and search for interview.
That's Jyoti Basuji.
Jyoti Basu was the power minister during that time, that's why I had to appear for interview before him. So I went on that day. Jyoti Basu said, I have army, I am all right. Mukherjee, you decide about his salaries, etc. with him. As I am concerned, I cleared, you can appoint him. But before giving, keep in mind that Bengalis will revolt against you and me. They will not like to have a non-Bengali as the head of living Bengalis. So give him salaries in that way where we do not give him a chance that he has been given salary, etc. Give him salary of chief engineer, salary, but if you want to elevate him, give some other name of post, etc. But salary you keep that others people do not say anything. So I given the salary of chief engineer, but given the name of designation as GM. So, but and directly reporting to board. So I could even surpass chairman. All my Kulagat things I used to directly take to the board. After seeing my work, then government of West Bengal start giving in form of loans they started giving me. See, they gave me some project loans, like some residential houses and all that. So I looked after very well. Things were going very well.
Whoa. Why do you think that starting from an, assistant engineer, you became a general manager? What attributes helped you to rise this much in your life?
It is just merely hard work, nothing else you can. Hard work, honesty, these two things pay. I never had taken money anybody. I worked 14 hours, 16 hours, looking after. And secondly, you have to always keep your boss on right side. Whatever says you have to do, you can express your opinion once, but not insist on that. I used to say, I feel like this, but left to you, what you so, I will do that. So this was three reasons which perhaps brought me to that stage. One was honesty, second hard work, third was not to insist on your things. You only, I did express my pain and issue, but never insisted I should do that.
Now this from 1947, you have told me about your career till 1980. What were the other changes in your environment? How was the food availability better in Sargodha, or it was, quite similar to what you were getting? Whether under British rule, food quality was better, it was cheaper, it was more easily available, or things improved after partition?
No, Sargodha was a small town, more or less known for their agriculture. Hardly about 50,000-60,000 people used to stay. Out of that must be about 30,000, 40,000 Mohammedans and 20,000 Hindus. As you know, partition was done on the basis of population, where you used to read more, which side more Mohammedans stay, it was went to Pakistan, which side less Mohammedan stay, it came to India. So since our side Mohammedans were agriculture, most of the agriculture was land of Mohammedans, and they used to call it landlords. It went to them. So as regard the education at relative was concerned, see, it was a very small town, everything was available. Light was there, shops just like shops were there, you could get everything. Only thing which was not possible, it was medical aid or medical care. See, in Sargodha, where a population of 60,000 people, there was hardly one MBBS doctor. Remain all doctors are LMP, licensed in medical practice, who were nothing but compounder, used to have a stethoscope and go to houses to look after. So even these laboratories of checking blood, wo, etc. came only after 47 or 8. As you know, the age of an Indian at the time of partition in 27 was between 27 to 30. Today, longevity of an Indian or India is 72. Healthcare has, and as you also know, that mostly people used to die, ladies used to at time of maternity, because of that, there was no doctors today, only Daya used to come and get the delivery done. At that time, unfortunately, the death used to be for child as well as mother. But today, due to this, not a single death take place, and this has all been.
So you saw advancement in medical
in every issue,
field.
In education, everything. British people never wanted us to come up. They only wanted to us minimum things to give them so that we remain under their roof. It was only the.
So you feel the challenges you had to leave Sargodha, come to a new place, that built you as a human being to take challenges, fight challenges in life, build your aspirations?
Obviously, see, everybody has some aspiration, and so everybody has. And with these shocks which we were getting from time to time, it made us more resolute to take up the shop and do whatever best we can do. And as I have told you, we were lucky that I was lucky that we had a elder brother who would absorb a lot of this, and perhaps would not have come so. Not only that, would not have come so easy life after pregnancy, so easy as early as possible because of him.
You mean to say it was comparatively easy because we were in
Because
India?
my brother was there to, as compared, other than refugees, other refugees who had to struggle for years together to live for them, to do something for themselves. So it's completely much easier than others. So
So you've been a self-made man, risen from the lower rungs, and did you decide at the age of 60 that I should take retirement, or you are still working? How did you continue to work after your superannuation?
no, see, I never thought of taking retirement, and especially my wife who believes in that, okay, till you can work, work. If you stop working, your health will go down. If you continue to work, your brain work, everything work. So this is why even after my retirement, I took some private job. I was direct DCPL in a Calcutta-based company who were my consultant in Bengal. So I worked with them for a period of more than 12 years. Later on, I worked for another 2-3 companies, Nagarjuna, helped them. When I wanted to retire and said now it is now 2004 or 5, then my son started a business of air conditioning. He had started earlier, but he had expanded to Hyderabad, where he took some work in Hyderabad. I wanted someone to assist him. As you know, my wife always wanted to help, and she has been helping everybody in the family. She took the challenge, she said, we will help you. So both of us were trying to help him. I was doing the account part, she was doing the other site work and other things. So from 2007 onwards till today, we are helping him in his job. He is a man with lot of ambitions. He takes work throughout India, and for one man to control it is impossible. So we feel whatever help we can give him in any way, maybe financially, maybe in other way, we shall help him. And with the grace of God and everybody, he is doing well now. And I have a grandson also. He has educated his children abroad. Both have become engineers. They are doing very well. One was married last year, happily married and settled in America. Second one is also in America. So we have a well-knit family. Both the daughters are well fixed up. One husband is in Times of India. Others was working as scientific officer in Atomic Energy Commission. And my daughter is also a working lady, a very intelligent lady, and she has also made her career herself. He did his MBA, got doctorate, got everything, and happily she has got one son and one daughter. My eldest daughter has one son, married. This is where family.
So your family is all well settled. In your career, you achieved a lot. Any accomplishments which give you a sense of fulfillment in your career?
I will not say I have achieved a lot. I wanted to achieve more, but I could not achieve that. And as I have told you, it, for achieving, you have to have honesty and hard work. And that is the main, if you continue to do that, you will achieve that. But the time of achievement was over if perhaps partition had not taken place and we were allowed to continue there. I had an ambition either to become an IAS officer or a doctor. I could not become doctor because subjects in the engineering college, which was established in 46 in Skoda, were not there. IAS officer I could not do because my circumstances in 47, 48 didn't allow me. I had to earn and continue my life. So it's like that. So whatever I achieved, I should, I'm again repeating, is not as I wanted to achieve.
Had the circumstances been less challenging, you could have achieved much
May
more.
have, yes.
But you have received some awards and recognitions in your career, and you are a well-known figure. Would you like to share something about that?
See, as I told you that Bengalis, I was in Bengal looking at a thermal power station known as thermal power station. It was a super power station, 1000 megawatts.
The Kolaghat.
Kodaghat thermal power station. This power station was not coming up at all from few years, some 72 or so. I had joined in 79 and up to the time I was made at 84, I had brought more than 80% our station. With the result, the Chief Minister and the Government of West Bengal very appreciative. In Bengal, one has to be very much bold to face challenges. There is everything. At every issue, the Bengalis try to put you an obstacle. See, someday will come with excuse that today in canteen we didn't get 60 gram anda, so we are stopping the work. Well, today the porridge was not good, and that also responsibility is given to the general manager that he is supposed to do our canteen, even though there was PROs and all that. And they will go to the extent of abusing you also, in the sense that why you are not doing this, why what we have done, why should we not get six? As per contract, he is give to 60 under, why is not giving that? And to ensure that these people work, one had to do really take a different route. I had Chief Minister, Mr. Jyoti Basu, was my power minister. I told him, in this way it is difficult for me, and you have called me all the way to develop our station. So please give me some facilities where I can do that. He said, what do you want? I said, I want a police station in my campus only, where these people, after suing the police, do not misbehave. So immediately asked the Midnapur SP that put a police station there in front of his office where 5-6 people stay, and also given 2 bodyguards. Whenever moves out at sight, nobody should throw an injury and do something. This way, now whenever I used to from Kolkata come to Calcutta to meet my family where they are staying for the sake of my daughter's education, these people used to accompany, and I was also given a red light treatment in my car where I was never obstructed in my traffic. So one day, I remember an incident. I came to office, it was Monday. I saw about 2,000 workers standing there in front of the gate. You will not enter the gate. Why? No. Yesterday we could not get the food canteen. So this till you settle this canteen and our provident fund books are not up to date, till you get it done, we will not allow you to go. You assure us, well done. I said, you can't stop me. I got down from my car. I said, walked. I said, let me see who touches me. If somebody touch me, I will also see that I reciprocate. Nobody had courage to touch me. I entered a gate and told security to lock this door. Went to my office, rang up the SP, who is fortunately very Punjabi fellow. He said, you hold them for some time, you call some of them inside, talk to them. I'm sending the police, so we'll beat them so that next time, for how much time you stay there, they will never come to your room. You just take advantage of this incident. You just keep them busy in your talk, and I'm doing this needful. So I called them. I said, you 4 or 5, you come and talk to me. What are your facilities? We'll form committees and do something. They said, no, we'll all come. I said, I can't allow all. You all 4 or 5 come. Well, they came, or I don't remember. I kept them busy. In the meantime, 2 lorry loads of police came. So when they saw this, they started doing lathi charge, and then they ran like shelters and went to their homes. So this is how the next day I thought everything is solved. So nobody came to office. They sent their wives to my office and occupied my room, saying that our husbands have been beaten. So you tell us why you have got your husband beaten by police. I said, I have not got the police. Police has come because I have complained them that I'm under Gharav. What can I do? I have to go to Hyderabad. I have to go to Calcutta. I can't go. So what they said, will not leave your office till you apologize. I said, I want to apologize. I have done nothing that I should do that. So about 60, 70 ladies were continuing. I will offer them tea. They will not give tea. They will tell me on the country, you go and have food. I said, no, till you go and have food, I will not take it. So, but to avoid any sort of any finger pointing, I kept 2 of my senior officers with me on right side, left side, that they should not say that I have done misbehave with anything, because they are capable of doing all this. So all that, I knew at 5, as soon as 5 or 6 they will leave. They are waiting till the office time is over. So 5 o'clock they said, okay, give us now a cup of tea. They had a cup of tea, and they left their house. And next day, the normalcy occurred, and we started working. After that, perhaps I had very much less difficulty in working Bengal from that incident. Never they came to room, and if they had to come to my room, they had to take the permission of police and take my appointment. They go to meet me.
So man management was very critical for you so that you could operate productively and efficiently.
And this was due to the help of the government, because Jyoti Basu had realized that I am doing good job, and he was fond of people from outside Bengal. As you know, it is said, one Bengali is a asset, second Bengali can be accepted, third Bengali becomes a union. So their Bengal was full of union. So he wanted somebody from outside should come, but he was not being allowed to do so. Incidentally, after my going there, he brought few people, and which are being accepted. So things were. He ruled that state for 35 years. People respect him.
So probably you brought in that work culture by working long hours and setting an example.
And people started
respecting you.
People also started realizing that I mean business. And secondly, they found that if I have to have a cup of tea in the canteen, I first send the money and get. And nobody could raise a finger that I have taken money from somebody, though 1,000 crores work are going on. And they say if any Bengali had done, we'd have thousands of rupees. but as a man,
So your honesty paid you, because when people
and
saw that you were.
I was accepted there by my own people. West Bengal State Elections Board accepted me, and when I left, they were sorry.
So, and I also know that you received some awards, Indira Gandhi Award and some Citizens Award.
Similarly, the people come to know about your reputation, the organization come to you. So one or two organizations came. I am also recognized because of my wife. She is a social service lady, and because of her also some I must have got. So this is some rewards, which I'm happy, but
Yeah, so in your long journey, I want to know, how do you feel about partition happening? Do you feel that partition should have happened?
the on partition you have a divided opinion. As the partition concerned, it has been for some blessing disguise and for some no. Now, if you believe in theory of two nations, then entirely different. Now, we were three nations, as you know, up to 1921, it was considered as two nations, Hindus and Mohammedans. It was only in 1922 that British gave Sikhs as a third nation. So in 22, India was having three nation theory, three nation, Sikhs, Hindus and Mohammedans. And this is how they divided two of them and ruled for some time until 47. Now, in Mohammedans, Mr. Jinnah, who was the leader, wanted to become Prime Minister of India, which perhaps rest of people did not allow because it was minority. Similarly, Master Tara Singh was Sikh leader. He had also some ambition, maybe hidden, he never showed that. So Jinnah was working that if Pakistan is formed, he will become the president, prime minister of that. He worked under two-nation theory that Hindus should live separately and Mohammedans separately. This is only on his pressure and the pressure of Mahatma Gandhi, who was also saying that we don't want under British rule, we want to rule our people ourselves. Partition took place, and it appears things have so far gone all right, nothing wrong with that. And people in India are happy. They feel if this had not happened, we would not prosper so much. Even after Pakistan has been divided in two parts. Bangladesh, because these people from West Punjab who have been ruling Pakistan, and they were never allowed East Pakistan to even come. They never became any prime minister of that place. Nothing was done. So this is how they have been doing this, and East Pakistan was, West Punjab was divided into Bangladesh and Pakistan.
So do you think when partition took place, it could have been done differently to reduce all the suffering, the butchering, so many people losing homes? Could this have been handled better?
It could have been handled better, and as I told you earlier, at least we and my parents never expected that we'll have to migrate. But countries have been divided, number of countries have been divided, East Germany, West Germany. But nothing had happened there. There's only walls have been created and two countries have been made. There was nothing bloodshed. But here there was so much hatred between two nations. It is difficult to comment. I do not know whether I comment or no. In that part of country, if a Mohammedan touches a Hindu lady, she will go in the house till she takes bath, she will not make food. In railway station, there used to be two different type of Hindu pani, Musalman pani. Then Hindus will buy pani, water from that tap, which is used by Hindus. Mohammedans want tap Hindu roti, Musalman roti. Hindu tanga, Musalman tanga. And the separate colonies were there where Mohammedans were separately, Hindus were separately. So hatred was so much created. So in 47 limit had come, it was considered necessary that it should be my partition to take place.
Who created this hatred and when did it start?
Only political leaders, only from 1920 onwards, all this Jinnah who was very ambitious and wanted to do that, it only created, and after all these things are started by political leaders only.
And when you were in Sargodha, you had heard about Gandhi ji, Nehru ji.
We had heard, we are hearing and reading paper, we had heard of, and this was also taught to us how this movement is going and how what Gandhi is doing and all that, what Nehru ji is doing and what not. So these were taught in the classes also.
So your textbook had lessons about this?
Some lessons.
Some of them, okay. So, and you have any image that you cannot forget about partition that happened? The strongest image you have about this partition and your migration, which sometimes bothers you till today?
Well, only this wise. See, when I left my place Sargodha and came to Atarsi, on the way, I see thousands of bodies burning. And this part of India, that is from Lahore to Atarsi and from Lahore to Sargodha, I cannot forget how the people must have been butchered and then burnt. So this is, and sometimes, and most of the time when I think of partition, gives me this, how thousands and thousands and thousands of people were killed without any reasons. Just like my brother was killed in Shivpura for no fault of his. So this was a very sad part of partition. Partition do take place, but not like this. We didn't leave that. We left everything. We were not sorry. We made ourselves. After coming here, government had tried to help us out. We had left a property in Sargodha, a house, as I told you, with 4 bedrooms and.
You were young, so when you came, your focus was on studying, building yourself. But did ever your mother and father share their feelings? What they feel? They lost their son, they left their home.
Oh, my mother till last moment was very sorry. She used to remember, and especially when knowing that she doesn't know her daughter-in-law has gone, her grandchildren have gone. He always remembered and cried. Then to her misfortune, after some time, my second brother's, Mr. Preetham Singh's wife also died. Her old age was difficult. And since they were very old, they remembered that they had a very difficult old age. And as I was telling you, that government here, whatever evacuated property Mohammedans left Hyderabad, this was to distributed to people who had come from Pakistan, whether East Pakistan or West Pakistan. So refugee association was made. So they were offering some houses to somebody.
Did you receive any compensation, your parents?
That's what we were offered some property in Hyderabad, but at that time we never thought of property. We wanted some money which would come to our help. So we had some document, my father had some. So we were called to my father was called to Bangalore. Evacuate property office was opened in Bangalore. He went there. So in lieu of property of lakhs we left, we were given 6,000 to 8,000 rupees as a compensation toward the house. Now the word property was offered which he refused. If my brother had accepted and my father accepted, this Banjara, half of Banjara at that time, road number 2, which is not road number 2, was offered, is the Meena Puri Lelo. And we refused because we want money, not land at that time.
Okay, so that was the compensation that
And
was.
about 6,000 rupees compensation, I remember, which I used to hear from father, we got it.
And the day independence was declared and two nations, two separate nations were born, 15th August 1947. Did you hear it when you got up in the morning, or you knew it's going to happen tonight? How did you all share the news?
No,
What
it
was the
on
scene in the house?
In 7th, 8th or 9th, if I remember correctly, August, nobody knew which area, though, or from where to go, it will go to Pakistan, where to. And it is told that Lord Mountbatten, who was the Lord of that Mountbatten, Viceroy of India, he took it one night on a pencil, he started drawing on a map, okay, this pop, and with Nehru was also sitting with it, Jinnah was also sitting by his side. They decided this part of will go to India, this on a map only. So, but in any case, Sargodha was known to be a part of Pakistan. Whether Tarsi will come or no, that only on map they could draw. Kartarpur, which they could have easily come to India. But it was drawn on this, and that happened. And then Pakistan had some hidden agenda. See, as you know, it was said that princely states can opt whether they will go to Pakistan or India. Now, there were 3 states. Hyderabad said we want to remain independent. Jammu and Kashmir, Hari Singh said we want to remain. Want to also run independent, we don't want to join. There's another one state with Junagadh, which joined Pakistan. No other state joined Pakistan except Junagadh. Okay. Now, Jinnah, when he came to know about it, that Kashmir, Hari Singh has not, though there were Mohammedans, as per the earlier decision, where the states or the portion will go depending on the population. Since Kashmir was mostly Mohammedan dominated area, it should have gone there. But it was not. Hyderabad, Hindu dominated area, it should have gone to. But both revolted. So Jinnah to capture Kashmir, and he wanted that Kashmir should be part of Pakistan. He sent this army in disguise of soldiers. He sent his army people in disguise of civilian to attack that. Now, they took a lot of, which is now known as part of Pakistan. They started taking it. Now, Hari Singh will never see, neither he said, I will see in India to Pakistan. When he came to know that Pakistani people are at their worst, he sent a SOS to Government of India that I accede to India. Please come to my rescue. Very few hours were left for them. So, Nehruji was a man who wanted everything, everything, wanted only men. But Patel was one who was his home minister, and he said, no, now we are seat, we have to do something. Nehru said, no. He said, we have to do it. He called at the General Manak Shah, who was the Commander-in-Chief of India. And I told Nehru, tell him to do something. So Nehru said, yes, now Manak Shah, you do. He immediately ordered Home Minister, you go, take plane and reach Srinagar and see something is done. So the army was lifted on the aeroplane, they landed Srinagar, and Within few hours, they saw that the Pakistani so-called army started retreating, and they within 5 4 days they made some half of the area clear. But in the meantime, Lord Mountbatten started putting pressure on Nehru. Why don't go to UNO and let them decide this case? But Patel said no. But Nehru we would listen to Lord Mountbatten whatever he says for the best reason known to him. So army told him, don't accede to everything. Give us 2 days, we'll take whole of Kashmir with us. Please do not make mistake at UNO. But Nehru will do everything of himself. So Nehru went to UNO, they immediately put a ceasefire and said whatever area is there, hold on. And since that, we have not been able to sue, and India is in trouble because the very reason you see. Sometimes, since then, then UNO people came, they put the border line, they said this line and that line, and things remain as we see today.
Yeah, so which means this could have been handled much better.
Much better.
So the problem would not have.
Nehru had similarly how Patel ji handled Hyderabad. He said, hell with, he said army, and 3 days they took Hyderabad without any problem, without any bloodshed. Hardly one man died. Nothing, nobody died, not a single man died. And similarly, Kashmir should have been handled that way. If he had allowed him, but if Nehru had allowed Patel to act as he wanted, things would have much better. Whole of Kashmir would have been part of India.
Okay. So, ever since the partition, every year when we celebrate our Independence Day, do you have any special memories? Do you get nostalgic? Does it take you back time? When the first Independence Day took place? Every year we celebrate Independence Day.
Yes, that is a thing which perhaps every country celebrates. So we also follow the same practice. But there is nothing which I think I remember, because we feel we are better off in India than if we had remained in Pakistan. So we had no regrets. Progressive India. Till today, Pakistan lives on other arms. You know, even till recently, Prime Minister's office had no money to pay for electricity bill. They go to Saudi Arabia, they go to... Till Eisenhower remained there, the whole money was coming from America. See, and they were living happily. Nothing, you see, that country has made no progress as compared to us. Anyway, we are 1,000 times better than them. So since those people, even the minority community who stay in India are 1,000 times better, feel they are better than if they had remained in Pakistan. So we therefore doesn't regret we having shifted here. And even people who come from Pakistan, they do not want to go back. They want to stay, but because of that. See the case of Bangladeshis. Same as the case in Assam, full of Bangladesh. And they don't want to go there. Because India is a safer place, much opportunity to, and a more united nation than anything else.
Yeah, and you are happy here, but I know you've not gone back after you left. But do you sometimes feel like going back to your birthplace, going and looking at the changes? If you get an opportunity, would you like to go?
If I would like to go and see, but there will be a lot of changes. Our houses must have been occupied, changed, all that. And all our religious places, those have been also destroyed except the main houses. So if you go, yes, as a tourist will go, nothing else. But no, we will have no ill memories, because we are much better in India than in Pakistan.
Pakistan, yeah. You had a life of challenges. As I said, you were self-made. What is your message for the current and future generations? Probably they are not aware of what the partition movement was.
The current nation is much more intelligent than what we
Current generations, yeah, what
Current
message?
generation is much more intelligent than us. They are seeing that India is giving lot of, especially with the new government which is now functioning, they are giving lot of opportunities for everybody to come. People who are in America, they want to come. Americans are for America. Trump has been always has won only on that slogan, America is for American. I will not allow others to stay. Getting visa, H1 visa is becoming difficult. Though they say they will give it, but now H1 4 visa for working their wife, he has stopped. Ladies who are going, they can stay with their husband and then remain. So they are all thinking coming back to India. So India is full of opportunity if you want to avail. For availing opportunity, you have to work hard. You have to work very, very hard, very hard competition in India. To get one job, even in UP, to get one policeman, thousands of people had to apply. So unfortunately, from last 5 years, unemployment has taken over. There are hardly any job opportunities. Economic growth has suddenly gone down. I don't know, every government has their own agenda. During Manmohan time, they were seeing for growth, but during Modi time, they had some difficulty. Let us see after 4 or 5 years how our economy remains. Then perhaps we can see what is going to happen and what our young generation will do. But still, opportunities in IT are plenty. You see Hyderabad, Bangalore, people are coming from all parts of country. IT, foreign people like Amazon, Flipkart, other companies have given lot of opportunity for ladies. In India, ladies are enjoying just like other countries are enjoying. These people have given lot of opportunities for ladies to come, and perhaps as it stands today, 12% or 13% ladies in India are working ladies, which was never heard. So and government is also keen that we should at least bring ladies the same at par with the gent. So with their efforts and the efforts of ladies themselves, and with the opportunity which we will get from time to time, which we will know, because all depends upon economic policies. People come from outside to earn money. If they can earn money, they will remain, expand. If they don't earn money, they will go back. Some of the countries now, some of the multinational companies want to stop because the economic growth has gone down. When economic
Slowed down.
So this is like this is a circle. Let us see how the circle moves.
As you just mentioned, you are living in New India, where there is lot of IT which has permeated life, technology. Do you find difficult to adjust in these times with technology, or you find it is very useful?
If you don't adjust, you can't live. You have to slide it. Though senior citizens like me who are attaining the age of 90 find it difficult, but then at night they sleep. If you don't adjust, don't learn, you can't live. Even to buy a air ticket or railway ticket, sitting at home, you can buy. If I don't learn that technology, I will not know where. Now I will have to travel 30 kilometers to go to some travel agent and buy that. Why not learn it? And things are available, technology available, you can go learn it and enjoy this. And the better things have changed for better in technology is progressing day by day. And it is sitting home, you send your all bills, you can pay electricity bill, you can pay telephone bill, you can pay Airtel bill, whatever you do. I have seen some of my neighbors, especially where I am staying, there is my neighbor who doesn't move out of the house. Neither he and wife, everything, right from egg to mutton to everything comes in the house. I saw 2-3 vendors, 2-3 people every day standing in their house, and they say we don't move out. This is what technology has. Can you imagine?
Made your life convenient, easy.
Very convenient, everything. They don't move at all for anything. Even eggs, vegetable, whatever thing it comes at your house for.
So you say technology
It
has
has
really made life,
improved your life in every way.
and you've been adaptable,
I
quick
have,
learner.
yes, if I don't adapt, I am man out of world. So I have to adapt it.
Yeah, and can I ask you what is the secret of your youthfulness in mind and body? How do you keep yourself fit to this age?
See, I am, it all depends on your own thinking. See, we saw our parents going for walk, eating properly in time and to limit extent. At least I remember from the age of 30 till the age of 84, I've been quite regular in walk, at least spending 1 hour in walk, eating as far as possible in time and limit. In the evening, when I was working in Singhji College, we had lot of opportunities to play tennis, to play shuttle, to swim, all suffers there. I've enjoyed those facilities. Wherever these facilities like big city, we didn't have. But since 18 years of my life, from age of 30 to 46, I was in Singhji College, where I have all the facilities, and this is a prime time to keep your health. So and God has been very, very kind also. Without His kindness, nothing happens. So, with regular habits, with walking, with working in time, sleeping in time, getting up time, all things happen to keep yourself.
So you had a well planned day.
It,
You
more or less,
spent
yes,
time.
regular,
Yeah.
planned day, daily routine,
Exercise.
and held by your wife. You can't always, for a success, one lady is on your back. Without lady, your wife, you can't do. See, I have been going from Calcutta to Kolaghat, which are 60 kilometers. I used to go twice, thrice a week. There was never a day that I even reached the office my late. I don't remember in my 60, 70 years of career, I was late in my office for a day. This is not due to me, it is due to my wife, who used to ensure that I get up, get ready. She will make food for me, give me lunch, dinner, and much in advance of time when I used to the office. And God was also kind. He provided all facilities, driver, car. So these things do help you, man. And mental state, if it's all right, health is also all right.
Yeah. So I think that's an important message of a disciplined lifestyle.
It has to
where
be
you have place for
Even
exercise, prayer,
even then after the
eating.
age of, even then you get something from last 5 years. My knees have been worrying me, though I have been exercising. But then I think doctors call it, this is not a disease, it's old age problems. Instead of disease, they call it old age problem. And you have to bear with them. So I'm more of bearing with them, though my body need replacement. I have got one replaced already.
As you said, mind plays an important role in your physical health. You have more time to your credit. How do you spend your time? What is your hobby?
See, nowadays, yes, I have more time, but still, me and my wife get up at 5 o'clock. Both of us in the habit of getting earlier, have a cup of tea. After tea, she will do the routine work. If domestic help nowadays is very difficult, sometimes you get, sometimes you don't get. So she has to ensure that every house is clean, all kitchens, everything are clean. I, after my cup of tea, do exercise, what the doctors told me. Then to keep my back, which was paining, that it doesn't pain, I have to hot water. Fermentation, then have a bath, then go for a walk for half an hour, come have some fruit on the way. Fruit, then have food. By 9 I am ready. By 9:30 my accountant come, which we maintain the accounts of my sons company for Vizag as well as Bhubaneswar. So it keeps me busy for 4, 5 hours. By the time I finish with my account and all this, it's about 2, 3 o'clock. Then I take my lunch, if it's earlier, sleep, get up at 4 o'clock, then go for a walk, come by 5:30, take a cup of tea, then do my puja, see some TV, sleep by 9, fine. I do not find any difficulty in spending my time. At least 6, 7 hours I work. It also makes me little tired and I have a good sleep at night.
I think your story is so inspirational. How do you feel today when you are telling a story for others to know? What are your feelings as you are being recorded?
Well, I will only say that I have been honored that I am being interviewed. And I wish this message goes to everybody that people have to be regular habits to avoid diseases, to come up in life, to have a happy family life as I did, have good children. All this is because God's benevolence and your own way of thinking.
And I heard you through the interview, and you have acknowledged the support extended by your wife, who made you what you are today. So I would like to invite her to join us for the last few minutes. Ravinder Kaur ji, nice to have you join us. Do you have any memories of the partition that took place in 1947?
Your question has really dragged me to the memory lane of partition days, and I have got vivid picture of that period. We were at Rohtak. My father was in police, and all my maternal and paternal side, they all shifted to us during partition days. I have seen total bloodshed, and my eldest brother, for 2 days, he did not return back from college because there was curfew and blood was flowing in the drain as water flows. When the curfew was lifted for few hours for the people to buy their daily routine things, at that time my brother hopped and came running home. We had seen very difficult days, but we were all together. We slept all crumbled up in the rooms and all cooked together, ate together. But what we cooked what we were giving to our buffalo, the chana atta, we used to cook and eat with the buffalo milk or with the buffalo buttermilk. And I studied in Rohtak government school. Schools were no doubt good. Education imparted was good. Teachers were very loving, and they were very honest to their duty. I did my 10th, and then afterwards I did my BSc B.Ed from Ludhiana and Moga. Then you see, a teacher was born with me when I was born. I might have taught many people because so many cousins were there. And I used to teach them. We all used to share each other's work, somebody washing the clothes, somebody spreading. And our mother was a great manager who could manage such a huge, big family, though she was very badly hit.
So what I can understand is, though you were in India at the time of partition, you also saw a lot of suffering, lot of movement, families being displaced, and each one of them has a story to tell. Thank you very much, Manmohan Singhji and Ravinder Kaur ji, for joining today and enriching the Partition Archive Museum with your personal experiences, which will definitely help people through oral stories.
I belong to a freedom fighter family. My mother's grandfather's name is Baba Khadak Singh, and my mother also participated with her family in the freedom struggle.
Mama,
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.